Alright, what's going on everyone? Back here with another video. And before we get started, sorry if I sound stuffy, I'm a little sick, but we are finally revisiting the 32 core Hackintosh. So what we have here is the Hackintosh, but it's not 32 cores. It's only 24. I've had several issues trying to get the processors, the 16 core processors, to play nicely. I dropped it down to dual 14 cores. It's still doing the same thing. So I'm going to try these 12 cores next, and I figured I'd actually document this attempt this time. So running specs of the machine, obviously this is the Z840 that you guys have seen before. Z840 dual Xeon 2687 WV4s, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're 3 gigahertz 12 core processors. We've got the liquid coolers from the Z820, 28 gigs of RAM, 2 NVMe SSDs, one for Windows, one for Mac OS, and 2 Radeon 6800. So we'll go ahead and close her up and boot her up and see if this actually works. Alright, so we're all connected here. As you can see, we've got our displays, Ethernet. I'm going to get power here in a second, and then we're going to boot up into Windows just to make sure that everything's running properly. And then we'll boot in Mac OS. Alright, so here we are in Windows, and you can't really see it too well, but as you can see, one of our CPUs is running very hot. We got 88 degrees on one, and then 30 degrees on the other. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and shut this back down and check our connection. Alright, so after shimming the connectors on the, I think it was CPU 1, this value now is returning the proper value. So now we've got 32 degrees on both CPUs, which is just what we want right there. So now I'm going to run some benchmarks in Windows just to get kind of a baseline number without the variable of turbo boost not working properly in Mac OS, because that's kind of a given when you're using a Hackintosh. This turbo boost might not work properly, especially with these platforms, these high-end desktop platforms. So yep, let's go ahead and run some Geekbench benchmarks and see what we got. Alright, so I'm losing daylight here, but here we are on Windows. Got the Geekbench results on 6.2.1 on the Geekbench version, 9,861. So that's what we're looking at for 24 cores, 3 gigahertz, and yeah. So I guess we can go ahead and boot into Mac OS and see what we get. And here's the moment of truth. Let's see if it actually boots. Usually we get a hang right about now. Okay, it's still going. We're usually getting a fail to initialize CPU or something like that. But it looks like it's going pretty good. Oh, looks like we actually might make it past. Let's see here. Or not. Oh, okay, alright. So we're back. I haven't used this. Wow, it's been a while since I've actually been in this machine. Wow, alright. So here it is. The machine booting Ventura. Alright. Let's see what we've got here. I'm going to go ahead and swap desktops here. Alright, perfect. So let's go ahead and see what this thing does on Geekbench here. Yeah, let's go ahead and see. I think I have Geekbench loaded up on this one. Yes, I do. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we got here. We're not going to do that. Alright. I go with 13.3, so it is an older version of Ventura. I haven't upgraded yet, but it shouldn't make that big of a difference. We've got the 2687W V4 recognized, obviously 2 of those. Let's see here. Sorry about the crappy camera work. I'm running out of light here. It's getting dark so early. So let's go to activity monitor. And I have to say, with these version 4 processors, this is a lot snappier than it was with the version 3 processors. So definitely, we're probably seeing a base clock speed. I'm sorry, not clock, a turbo boost improvement probably with the version 4 CPUs. But let's go ahead and go to CPU usage here, and there we go. We can see all 48 threads right there, which is perfect. So really, really nice to see that. Really, really excited to dig into. Really excited to see what it's going to do in Geekbench. Which, I mean, if it does anything close to Windows, it'll be a pretty nice system. So in the 9000s, it'll be a pretty nice system. So let's go ahead and run Geekbench here. So let's see here. Later, And I'll go ahead and run the CPU benchmark. Alright, so here we are, guys. 8,705 on the multi-core and 1050 on the single core. So this Geekbench version is obviously really heavily single-threaded. If you go to the benchmark charts here, you know, as you can see, all the M1 Macs are at the top because of number one, their optimization for the benchmark, and number two, I mean, their single core performance is just better than any other any of the Intel Macs. So not bad considering this is, like I said, a Intel machine. We're in the 8,000s, I think it said. So we're right around here. Let's see if this will focus. So it looks like we're right between a 12-core Mac Pro and right above a 14-core iMac Pro. So very interesting results. I'm really curious to see if we can get that any higher. I did want to mention the Final Cut Pro performance on here is pretty good. Even when I was using it with doing some testing on some other processors that I was using, the Final Cut performance with the dual Radeon 6800s is insane. So this thing completed BruceX in like 5 seconds, which is pretty good. Let's see what it's loading up here. I like to do a live demo here of the BruceX test. So let's go ahead and open up the Untitled project. Media. Here we go. And we're going to locate. And we're going to do the downloads. And then BruceX. Boom. Alright, so we've got the BruceX test all loaded up. And like I said, I'm just doing this as kind of like a for fun benchmark. As you can see, we've got background render off. Yeah, background render's off. So as you can see, we're going to go ahead and export this. So we'll just do Command A for here, and Command E for export. Just going to do ProRes 422 for the source, and obviously the export, and then hit next. And we'll do this and click save and see how long it takes. And it's done, just like that. So, as you can see, this thing is, you know, in synthetics it might not be the best, but in real world scenario, having had used this machine just for some editing tests, this thing is actually pretty quick. So, yeah, I could definitely see this machine rivaling something like a 2019 Mac Pro if you definitely didn't want to spend the money, even though they're a quarter of the price of what they originally cost. But yeah, I will put some more benchmarks in the after, just so you guys can see. But yeah, that's kind of the wrapping up this project. I did want to do kind of a more in-depth review and look, but at the same time, these Hackintoshes are slowly becoming more relevant as the Apple chips continue to get better and better. So yeah, there's a little bit of Hackintosh goodness for you guys. I know I've been super slacking on the videos. Lots been going on. Update video on all the changes and everything that's been going on is coming soon. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.